One of the most common questions I get about fundraising and helping teams and programs raise money for 20 years is what has changed most in the last few years in the fundraising industry? It's a pretty easy answer. It's the technology. More and more companies have come out being able to create technology to help out teams and programs, which is great. It's awesome to have options, right, on your fundraising. It's also awesome to have more players in the industry as it keeps us on our toes. Competition breeds greatness in everything, especially with our athletic teams that we work with, but also in the fundraising industry. One thing that you need to keep an eye out for is what your fundraising company is doing within their technology and how they're using it. Not all technology is the same. That's very important. But from us going from the old school ways of cash, checks, physical products, order forms, honestly, that was only 5, 6, 7 years ago in for fundraising all before that, to now where everything is digital. We've kind of gone to the forefront of creating a really user-friendly fundraising app, our GA app from Gold Athletics. It allows teams and programs to raise money. Customer has the ability to get something for supporting their team, and it ends up on their doorstep within weeks. We also have the ability to see exactly where the fundraiser is from the start to the end. Coach can go on, can see when players are adding in text or email addresses to potential supporters, when they're getting sales, when they're claiming prizes. Coaches can communicate to their team through the GA app, and also they can select what kind of product and or prizes with their rep before it gets going. So they have the option to do different fundraisers. Another thing that has really worked well for us is the fact that we have now shipping notifications going to all of our customers. So if you buy something to support your nephew at Barnstable High School, they have the opportunity to get a receipt and then get tracking when that order is coming. So the old days of deliveries to the school, of the ability of having to wait for that 1 hour window of when the truck was going to come and deliver that cookie dough or deliver that item that you're selling is over. We have direct ship right to the customer anywhere in the country. That's changed the game alongside of facilitating the technology. What's important about the technology is also that it's done the right way. There's a lot of free services out there now, right? They're claiming free, but they're adding tips on the back end. We're very transparent about what our services cost, but also we want to make sure that if we're not taking any money for what we're doing, how else are we making money, right? And that's a question for you to make sure that you're asking the company that you choose, because if it is free, they're doing something with the data that they're collecting, whether it's your customers' data, it's your students' data, but no one's doing this for free. I will promise you that. If they're offering you 100% or close to that, is there any tips at checkout? That's another part that technology companies come in, they're sending links out from across the country. There's not a lot of in-person service, but they are not just doing it with the money that is coming in. They're asking the customer for additional tips on the fundraiser. Those can be as much as 20%. So if you have a company saying, hey, it's free, but they're getting 20% in tips, where someone like Gold Athletics, where on our online donation fundraisers, it's anywhere between 80 and 85% profit to the team, we do not take any tips on the back end. So what you're raising, you're getting that amount. If you end up having someone and end up donating their $100, but then either intentionally or accidentally adding $20 tip on there, you're not getting 80, 85%, 100%, right? Because they're taking that tip 100% to themselves. So things to just consider. Emails that are going out to the consumer. Super important. We send a thank you, tracking. There are some that are asking for a multitude of support. They're asking for you to buy gear from their store. They're asking for a lot more than just that original request to help support the team. Gold Athletics does not send anything out anymore.